Ace Bailey fouled out in 10 minutes? On Knipple would never. Welcome back to the Six Hornet podcast, where being the sixth man means bringing the noise without checking into the game. I'm Eric Smith, your host. We gotta talk about last night's game against the Raptors. A good bit to talk about here. I'm gonna try not to get too mad about what happened, but hey, the Hornets fall at the buzzer versus the Raptors, 110-108. It was down to the wire. It really was. I don't even know if the Hornets should have been in that game that late, but let's talk about what defined the final moment. As always, if you're on YouTube, please remember to hit that subscribe button. 100 subs by the end of November. Looks like it's not happening, but with your help, it could. It is achievable. We'll see what happens. A like on the video goes a long way as well. And remember to comment below with your thoughts throughout the video. So I don't know what to start out with first. I guess we can kind of reverse engineer this, start from the back. So who are you going to blame for the final play of the game? So you had Miles Bridges take a fadeaway midi with about 5 seconds left to go. I don't want to blame Charles Lee for the last play of the game. I don't believe that last shot was intended for Miles Bridges. I really don't. I'm like 99.9% sure it was not drawn up like that. I just think this hero ball shit has to go. Like, here we go again, Hornets fans. Like, we're wishing Miles Bridges was not here in Charlotte anymore. And it comes up every week. There's something he does that is a crucial failure to the team's success. And you're the third or fourth best player on the floor for the Hornets. And you kind of believe you're the number one scoring option during certain times for the team. I don't know who's telling him he's the main character, but I thought Knipple, who was the hottest shooter of the night, he was wide open off that screen for the best shot available, for a three-pointer to ice the game. That's what I saw. Let me know in the comments what you saw. It's very interesting that, like, if LaMelo or Con takes that last shot, they get a good look and it misses, you're like, wow, okay, that's fine. Your best player, one of your best players on the floor that night, took that shot and he missed it, didn't get it. But I've seen LaMelo Ball in crunch time. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do fadeaway clutch shots. Knipple was on fire last night. I would have felt more confident that they took that shot to either send it to OT or to win the game outright on the road. That didn't happen. But Miles Bridges, 22 points, 9 for 22 from the field, 3 of 9 from three-pointer, had 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, 3 steals, 1 block. So, like I said, Miles Bridges, he has a role on this team. It's just, it seems like he expands it on certain nights to the team's detriment. And I wish I could say, hey, Miles Bridges has a place on this team. But, like, if we replaced him with a 3-and-D guy, I'd be fine. Like, it's just, I'm okay with that. But let's talk about LaMelo. It's did y'all see the play where he sounded like a pterodactyl calling for the ball? Bah, bah, bah! Screaming at the top of his lungs to Sion James. Rightfully so, though. LaMelo wanted to go tempo there. There were only 2 defenders set inside the arc. And what happened? He got the ball after screaming for it, found Con, kicked it out after he drove for a nice catch and shoot 3. Yeah, Sion, he's a rookie, but, like, we're being laxy-daisy. Let's push the ball. Let's get this transition offense going with LaMelo Ball on the floor. You got to do that. But LaMelo Ball, not return to action. I guess you could say return to action, but he's being managed, load management. 20 points, 6 of 19, 1 of 7 from 3, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal. I thought LaMelo was good on the field or on the floor. I just think, again, I feel like I bring this up a lot of times, but like LaMelo can be inefficient at times, and that's not going to be winning basketball for this team. No, he was on a minute restriction, but like, let's be honest, this offense, it doesn't reach its boiling point on some nights if LaMelo isn't hitting his shots. Like these ISO step back threes where he's dancing. It looks cool if it goes in, but it is a waste of possession if it doesn't. But when it does go in, I will say the defense starts keying in more on ball, driving and passing lanes start opening up. Everything does flow better, but I'm telling you, when he goes 1 of 7 from deep, he was 7 of 7 from the free throw line as well, which is awesome. Getting to the line. But when he's 1 of 7 from deep, it really, I feel like it limits this offense. Another thing, I asked, do you blame Charles Lee for this game or Miles Bridges? I think there's one thing you can come at Charles Lee on is, yes, LaMelo is on a minutes restriction. Didn't eclipse 30 minutes again. That's fine. Cool. But don't play him 2 minutes in the second quarter when he wasn't in foul trouble. That will clearly look like tanking the fans, and that'll just piss everybody off. I think LaMelo's got to be in there for more than 2 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'm happy. Just kind of dishing out those minutes a little more evenly throughout the game, I think would have made Charlotte Hornets fans a little bit more happy. Con Knipple, 24 points, 9 of 16. Like I said, hottest shooter of the night, 4 of 10 from deep. Got to the line 2 times, made all 2 free throw attempts, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 3 steals. Forgot to mention LaMelo Ball, at least out of the starters, was +6. He was the best on the floor. Con Knipple's +2. Con Knipple, like when he's shooting north of 50% from the field, his last shot attempt can't come with 4.5 minutes left in the game. You got to give bro the ball more during crunch time. Got to happen. Call a timeout. Do something during a break and say, all right, we're going to scheme Con Knipple up. That's how I feel. Again, I'm not the coach. I'm not assistant. I'm not anything. But I do feel like Con Knipple, at least in this game, should have been at least second on the team in attempted field goals. He was not. He was third. But still, we have Con Knipple for the future. It looks really good. It's just like, you can get this win here. Like, you can get this win. Maybe get Brandon Miller back in a few days. Like, things are starting to go on the upwards trajectory. That didn't happen. We're 4-10 on the season. Only have 1 road win. It's looking a little grim, I will say. Ryan Kalkbrenner, he got dunked on, so he got posterized by Brandon Ingram, but I would say quiet night, but he was still good on the floor. It just wasn't his best night. Zion James was 0 for 4 from the field. All 4 of those attempts were 3-pointers, something uncharacteristic of him. But, hey, it happens. You have cold shooting nights, so can't be too mad about that. I'll be honest, though. I was so confused who was on the floor when I saw a white guy wearing number 13 come in. I was just starstruck. I didn't know who that was. I was like, yo, who the fuck is 13? But that was Drew Peterson. I did see he was called up today, but I kind of blanked out there. Okay, cool. Now it's the fourth quarter and LaMelo is on the bench and Drew Peterson is in. I'm like, damn, Lee, what the fuck is going on? Like, Drew Peterson got a good bit of minutes. Like, he got 16 minutes. I don't know. Might have been too much in the fourth quarter for me. Like, what's funny, and let's put this in perspective, Tijon Saloon is still in the G League. You're telling me he can't even get on the floor here off the bench? That tells me all I need to know. Tijon Saloon was the fucking 6th overall pick in 2024. And he's still in the G League. Come on, guys. I'm calling that a miss. That's a draft miss right now. I guess I will stand to be corrected, but the 6th overall pick not being on the active roster is... I'm scratching my head a little bit there. I know he was raw as a prospect, but damn. I don't know. I don't know, guys. So Charles Lee chose to stick with kind of 10-man rotation tonight. You saw some Pat Connaughton. Colin Sexton did come off the bench, which, contrary to popular belief, I'm okay with. Although, seeing Colin Sexton next to LaMelo Ball is nice. Like, I think they do work well in tandem. Do they work well? Is it more beneficial to have him on the floor next to LaMelo Ball versus him coming off the bench and kind of being that leader in the second unit? I think that's up for debate right now. I think you argue once Brandon Miller's back, like, what's the rotation going to look like? I think it's going to be Ball, Knipple, Miller, Kalkbrenner, Bridges. So either way, I think this is a moot point that we're even talking about this. So once Brandon Miller's back, I think Colin Sexton, no matter what, unless it's very game dependent, but I still highly doubt it, that he will come off the bench. So I think fans need to get used to this. But Colin Sexton, I thought he looked good. 17 points, 5 or 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 5 or 6 from the free throw line. We know what Colin Sexton does. He's awesome, but I think fans are split on where he should be in the first quarter. Should he be with the second unit or the first unit? So that's up for debate. Moussa Diabate, 4 blocks this game, 8.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover. Moussa Diabate has been a revelation as far as taking that next step. We're just going to say this every pod because every game he plays, he reminds us of, wow, that's our guy. That's our Frenchman. Moussa Diabate has been amazing for the Hornets, and he better be on this team for the foreseeable future because Diabate has been great. You start getting Josh Green, Grant Williams back. You start getting healthy. And then your bench looks kind of deep. It's gonna look kind of deep. I'm not gonna lie. But really, just give everyone back is gonna be awesome. Like LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, they've been teammates for 3 seasons. Only played in the same game only 41 times. Let that sink in. You don't. I'm hoping Trey Mann's okay. I know he got banged up a bit. He's one of my favorite players off this team. So I'm hoping he's okay. I haven't really checked in on his injury status. I don't know if anything's been released about it. But look, you're 4-10 on the season. Your next game, I believe you have the Pacers up. They don't look great. You get them Wednesday, November 19th. The Pacers have 1 win this season, 13 losses. Now that 1 win has been at home, which we will be in Indiana. But if you lose to the Indiana Pacers on the road, LaMelo Ball shouldn't be sitting. You may get Brandon Miller back. We have to actually start talking about this ain't the season. Now, if you get back on track, maybe get a win up, then you're starting to be like, okay, we get our hopes back up. But like the Hornets really need a stretch where they can get some wins going. So then you see the Clippers on Saturday. Then you see the Hawks on Sunday. So if you can gain some momentum, I feel like, hey, might be able to get the playoffs a little bit. But right now it's looking tough. I can't remember the last time we won a game. I think it was that Milwaukee game. But look, that's all I got. Been talking a lot. If you've gotten this far, if you're listening this far, if you're on audio, if you're on YouTube, go ahead, drop a comment below. you're not subscribed, please do so. Whether you're on audio or YouTube, really enjoy doing this. So that's going to be it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into the 6 Hornet podcast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Take care, everyone.